I've got two questions for you. The first one is, what is your average bill? And the second one is, why is that even important? Well, let's talk about that. But the first thing to clarify is the term average bill, because it goes by many names. Average bill is sometimes called average ticket, or average docket, or average transaction value. And they're all the same thing, just with slightly different names. But regardless of the name that you give it, the average bill is an important number to know and understand, because the higher your average bill is means the less clients you have to see to generate the same amount in revenue. Let's dig in a little deeper and start by understanding how to work out what your average bill is. So to work out your average bill, all you need is two numbers. And once you know those numbers, it's a simple equation to work out what your average bill is. The first number is the amount of money or sales or revenue, they all mean the same thing, that you generated. And the second number that you need is the amount of clients that you had to do in order to generate that amount of revenue. Then the equation is simply the amount of money generated divided by the amount of clients you did to generate that amount of money. Now stick with me here. Let me say that again. It's the amount of money generated divided by the amount of clients that you did to generate that amount of money. And it includes everything from children's haircuts, blow dries, men's haircuts, colors, treatments, retail, everything. So let's look at a real example. So say, for example, you generated $1,500 in total sales and did 23 clients. To work out the average bill, it's $1,500 divided by 23 equals 65. But now let's look at another example. Say you generate the same amount, $1,500, but this time you did 18 clients. So to work out the average bill, it's $1,500 divided by 18 equals $83. So why is that better? Well, you produced $1,500 in revenue both times. But in the first example, you needed 23 clients to do it. And in the second example, you did it with 18 clients, or 5 less clients, to achieve the same result. That's a great example of how a higher average bill means that you're working smarter, not harder. In other words, you did less clients to generate the same amount of money. The number that represents your average bill is an indicator of how good your consultations are. It's an indicator of how good your product knowledge is. It's an indicator of whether or not you recommend take-home hair care. It's an indicator of the percentage of your clients that have color services, treatments, or other add-on services. And it's an indicator of how good you are at building relationships and trust and inspiring your clients to want more. Having a high average bill is a reflection of how successful you are as a well-rounded hairdresser. So let me leave you with a question. Do you know what your average bill is? And more importantly, do you know how to make it better? If you want to work smarter and not harder, I have an online course called Super Stylist. It's helped many people all over the world become more successful in the hair and beauty industry, and it can help you too. We launch it 3 times a year, and if you want to get on the wait list for the next launch, or are just curious about it and want to find out more, then visit growmysalonbusiness.com and register your interest to be notified when it's next open for enrollment. I'm sure you'll be glad that you did. And if you don't already, follow me on Facebook and Instagram at growmysalonbusiness. Thanks for watching and have a great week.